Hello children. So today we will learn how to perform experiment. Okay, that is experiment number 2. In the previous video we learned how to prepare a mixture and a compound using iron filings and sulfur powder and distinguish between a mixture and a compound based on their appearance, behavior towards magnet and carbon disulfide and effect of heat. Okay, so let us start with our experiment number 2. So today the aim of the experiment is to carry out the following chemical reactions and classify them as physical or chemical changes. Okay, so we have to carry out few chemical reactions and then we have to identify or classify those reaction as physical or chemical changes. Now we have already learned physical and chemical changes in our second chapter, is matter around us pure? Okay, so let us take a quick recap of what is physical and chemical changes. Physical changes means no new substance is formed. Example, when we tear a piece of paper, right? What do we get? We get smaller pieces of paper, right? But the small piece of paper remains as paper only. Nothing new is formed. And chemical change means new substance is formed. Example, when we burn a piece of paper, the paper changes into ash, right? So ash is something new. So physical change, no new substance is formed. And in chemical change, new substance is formed. Okay. Now let us check the chemical reactions. The first one is iron with copper sulfate solution in water, burning of magnesium ribbon in air, zinc with dilute sulfuric acid, and sodium sulfate with barium chloride in the form of the solutions in water. So these all reactions we have to perform and then we have to classify them as physical or chemical changes. Okay, so let us start. Now before starting with the procedure, we should know what all materials are required for this experiment. Okay. So for this we need test tube stand and holder, a pair of tongs. Now tongs, they look like scissors. Okay, but the purpose of this tongs is to lift or hold objects. Like how we have in kitchen a pair of tongs to hold hot utensils. The same way in chemistry in lab we have a pair of tongs. Then Bunsen burner, iron filings, copper sulfate solution, magnesium ribbon, zinc granules, dilute sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate and barium chloride solution. So all these materials and chemicals are required. So let us start with the first reaction, that is iron with copper sulfate solution in water. Okay, so let's see first what we will do. We will take some copper sulfate solution in a test tube. Now this copper sulfate solution, it is blue in color. And to this solution, we will add a pinch of iron filings in it. Now this experiment you have already done in your lower classes. But instead of iron filings, you have used iron nails. Right? Iron nails were dipped in copper sulfate solution. Now let's see what happens. So when you put iron filings in copper sulfate solution, okay, we can observe. Let's see the observation. So after 5 to 10 minutes, we observe that the blue color of the copper sulfate solution, it changes into green color. And the iron filings, it gets a coating of reddish brown copper metal. Okay, so over here two things are observed. One is the change in the color of the solution, that is blue solution turns into green, and the iron filings, it gets a deposit of reddish brown copper metal. Now over here what is happening? Something, a new substance is formed, right? Blue is changing into green, iron filing is getting a deposit, so definitely it is a chemical change. Now what happens? How did the color change from blue to green? Now this is displacement reaction. A displacement reaction means when a more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal. Now over here we have iron and copper. So iron is more reactive metal compared to copper. So what happens? The iron, it displaces copper from the copper sulfate solution. So as copper is been displaced, iron will take its place and the solution will become green in color. And where did the copper go? The copper, it got deposited on the iron filings. Okay, so you can see in this reaction, Fe means iron filing. When iron filing reacts with CuSO4, CuSO4 means copper sulfate. So what happens? Iron being more reactive will displace copper from copper sulfate solution. So what will happen? Iron will take the place of copper. So now it is FeSO4. It means ferrous sulfate. And we get copper as deposit on the iron filings. Okay, so it is a chemical change because over here a new substance is formed. Okay, now this you have already done in your lower classes. Okay, now we'll come to the next chemical reaction, that is burning of magnesium ribbon in air. And this is a very familiar experiment. We have already done this in lower classes. Now in this what we will do, we will take a small piece of magnesium ribbon, okay, and hold it with a pair of tongs and then burn the magnesium ribbon. Okay, so when we burn this magnesium ribbon, what happens? The ribbon starts burning with a white and a bright flame. And then what happens? As the magnesium ribbon burns, it turns into a white color powder. Okay, so when we burn magnesium ribbon, it will burn with a white color flame and it will leave behind a white color, a white powdery mass or ash. And that white powder is known as magnesium oxide. Right? And then what we do? We will add this magnesium oxide to a test tube containing water and mix it. Okay, it becomes magnesium hydroxide. And then what we will do? We will bring litmus paper. So what happens? When we dip blue litmus paper in this magnesium oxide and water solution, there is no change. But when we dip red color litmus paper, you can see that the red litmus turns blue. So it indicates that the magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature. So which type of change is it? Physical or chemical? So over here new substance is formed, magnesium oxide. So it is a chemical change. Look at this reaction. There is magnesium ribbon. When you burn it in the air, in presence of air, it will turn into a white color powder, that is magnesium oxide. And when this magnesium oxide is mixed with water, it will turn into magnesium hydroxide. And this magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature. Okay, so this is a chemical change because a new substance is formed. Now let us go to the third reaction. Reaction of zinc with dilute sulfuric acid. So let's see what happens in this. So what we will do, in a test tube, you can see this is test tube holder. Okay, so in a test tube we will take 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid, and to that we will add zinc granule in it. Okay, so as you add zinc granule in this hydrochloric acid, you will see some reactions coming. Okay, we can see some bubbles forming. Okay, some bubble is formed, and along with that a gas is released. Okay, so the gas which is released is known as hydrogen gas. Now how do we confirm this is hydrogen or gas or not? For this, what we will do, we will bring a lighted or a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube. Okay, so as we bring a lighted matchstick near the mouth of the test tube, what will happen? You will hear a pop sound. Okay, and we know that when hydrogen burns, it will produce a pop sound. So the sound is coming, it means the gas is hydrogen. Now this, again, this you've already learnt in your lower class. Okay, so in this, again, what we can say, a new substance is formed. Okay, so it is a chemical reaction, right? Now the next reaction, reaction of sodium sulfate and barium chloride solution. Now in this, what we will do, we will take a solution of sodium sulfate and we will mix barium chloride in it. Okay, so what we will do, we will take sodium sulfate in one test tube and we will take barium chloride and we will mix barium chloride with sodium sulfate. Both are colorless. So as we do this mixing, what happens? A white color precipitate is formed. Okay, you will get two layers. One is the colorless layer and one is white color precipitate. Now precipitate means in a chemical reaction, solid is formed from a liquid. Okay, when a solid forms from a liquid, that is called as precipitate. So in this, what happens? A white powdery thing, okay, you can say white powder, white color powder like thing forms when we add barium chloride to sodium sulfate solution. So you'll get a colorless layer, that is of sodium chloride, and you will get white color precipitate, and that white precipitate is barium sulfate. So if you keep it for 5 minutes without disturbing, the white precipitate, that is barium sulfate, will settle at the bottom of the test tube and the colorless solution, that is sodium chloride, will float on the top. You can see here sodium sulfate is Na2SO4 and BaCl2 is barium chloride. So when we mix them, reaction takes place, that is a white color precipitate is formed, that is barium sulfate, and we get a colorless solution, that is sodium chloride. So over here again what we are getting a new substance, that is barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So it is definitely a chemical change. Okay, so children, these are the 4 reactions which we performed, And we have seen that in all these reactions, we got a new substance. Okay, so all the reactions are chemical change. Okay, I hope you have understood whatever experiment we have learned today and we have seen how to perform them. Okay, thank you.